This is an important topic. Why young professionals want wisdom, not just data. This is how we bridge that gap. So this topic's been showing up on my feed lately, and it's something I've been aware of through my personal and professional connections. You're hopefully noticing this too, especially if you have children, grandchildren, or younger employees that are in this age group. This really resonates for me personally because when I was in my mid to late 20s, I was also looking for older, wiser voices to help guide me, basically. I think back to that time fondly because that's before we started labeling generations to define where we fit and what box we should be in. Labeling is convenient for categorizing us, but can quickly remove the humanity from the mix. To elaborate on that point, I recently told a group of young men at an event I was at, I was once your age, and I can relate to what you're facing. Imagine me, I was once their age, har har. Well, but the point is this, have you ever noticed how younger professionals ask for advice, feedback, or just a few minutes of your time? And it's not because they're lost, it's because they're looking for someone who's been there before. I certainly see this through my involvement, particularly with the young engineers of ASHRAE at the leadership weekends, which I conduct, which I've been doing since April of 2011. So I've been around them for a while, and I've seen this repeatedly. Now, recently, my colleague Lita and I dug deeper into this topic. We found some compelling research from Deloitte's 2025 Gen Z and Millennial Survey and MentorClick's Mentoring Trends Report, and the data confirms what many of us are sensing. Gen Z isn't chasing titles or quick wins. They're searching for people with lived experience who can help them navigate the messy, unpredictable path of building a career and a life. Now, here's a few myths I've selected that I want to bust relating to this group. Number one, and this goes back to the report, they want more than money. According to Deloitte, 86% of Gen Z and 84% of millennials say they're actively looking for mentorship and guidance in their career. What they're really seeking is growth with meaning, a balance between success, well-being, and purpose. As Deloitte put it, these generations are actually seeking growth, but also support and balance. They just don't want a paycheck. They want perspective. The second point from this report is soft skills over software. In the US version of the Deloitte study, younger workers rank communication, empathy, leadership, and networking above technical and AI skills. They already know how to learn online. But what they want, though, can't be streamed or downloaded. That's real human insight. They want to connect with someone who can say, here's what I learned the hard way, or here's what I did before, and maybe you want to consider this, or have you thought of, right? So it's help guiding their thinking. Here's what I found disturbing, though. Deloitte found that while half of Gen Z employees want their managers to mentor them, only about a third say it's actually happening. The gap isn't about interest, it's about time, priorities, and culture. Managers are often too busy managing to be mentors or just trying to survive themselves. And some of them are just bad, let's just be honest, right? Because they never had mentors. A lot of boomers worked in organizations and for bosses that lived by the motto, no news is good news. Unfortunately for many, when the boss came to meet them, it was because of a problem or to say, here's an envelope, have a nice life. Here are a few quick points before I wrap up. Gen Z learns through people. People that are social learners grow through conversation, connection, and feedback, not manuals and webinars. More than 80% say having a mentor is essential, yet only about half of them actually have one. That leaves a lot of bright, ambitious young professionals looking outside their organizations for guidance. Don't mess what I just said, outside. They don't often get it inside. So here's my call and invitation for seasoned and experienced leaders, which could be you. If you've built a career, led a team, or learned a few lessons the hard way, you're exactly who they're looking for. You don't have to have all the answers. I encourage you to make connection with young professionals and future leaders, one of your goals for 2026. Start small. Do something like inviting a younger colleague for coffee, maybe go for a walk, have a beer afterward. Ask what they're working on and what's challenging them personally and professionally. Now, don't pry, just ask the question, give them the space to interact. Maybe you share one story that shaped you and had a significant impact on your development or outlook throughout your life or your career. The next point is really important. Be vulnerable and open. Show your humanity and uncertainty on some matters. I find this point really allows me to connect with those that I meet at the engineers weekend that I do for ASHRAE. Another one is join them in an activity like a community event, maybe serving on a committee together on a board, because activity builds bonds. And let me end with this. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer isn't advice, it's your presence. Simply showing up can be a gift. The next generation isn't just looking for mentors. They're looking for models of balance, resilience, and humanity in a world that's always on and very confusing and often incredibly tiring. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we can all keep learning and growing together.